We're going to begin seated on the ball just as I am now, bouncing. Now you'll notice today I'm wearing shoes with the stability ball workout. Feel free to do it shoeless if you'd prefer. As you're bouncing here, keep in mind that the bigger your base is, the easier an exercise will be, including these bounces. The smaller your base is, the harder they'll be. So we're getting warmed up. This is a beautiful time to check in with your posture, your core support. So begin with your belly button. Pretend like you're zipping up a tight pair of jeans. We're going to use that Pilates principle here with our stability ball workout. Drop your shoulders, lengthen your neck, release the muscles in your jaw and face. Take a couple deep breaths. Notice your blood beginning to pump a little faster. This act of bouncing up and down a stability ball, up and down on a stability ball, is not only great for a little cardio work, so to get your heart rate up, but it's also a beautiful way to train your core muscles, not only your abdominal muscles, but even the muscles up and down your spine to support yourself. All right, we're going to progress to some jumping jacks, so make sure you're a little bit forward, not right on top of the ball, just a bit forward, and you're going to go out and in. Inhale, exhale. Your seat stays connected to the ball. Core stays nice and strong. If you would like more of a challenge, you're going to pick up the pace. And in this case, a good breathing pattern might be inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Otherwise, long, slow breaths will work as well. You will start to feel uncomfortable. You keep going, I'm going to change my position. You will start to feel unsafe and uncomfortable if as you're doing these jumping jacks, your body weight starts to go back like this. So in that case, just stop, come forward. Another thing that will make you feel uncomfortable is if your feet start to come back towards the ball like this. You want them out a bit. So with that being said, 5 more good ones. 3, 2, 1. Good. Back to bounces. Feet are straight forward, hip width apart if possible. We're going to do some bouncing squats. So you're going to have a finger on the ball here to keep it stable. Inhale, inhale, exhale, up and hold. Inhale, inhale, big exhale. So as I come up, notice how my knees do not go past my toes. That's a really important thing to pay attention to protect your knees. Also, I am lifting my toes a bit. You can't see it because I've got shoes on, but my toes are lifting in order to remind myself that I want to keep my body weight pushing through my heels. That's going to ignite the muscles that I want to ignite, my hamstrings and my glutes. And again, it's going to take some pressure off my knees. Inhale, inhale, exhale, up. Zip in your belly. This is a good one, isn't it? Last 2. 1 more. Awesome. Bounce it out a bit. You'll notice I have some hand weights here. We're going to be using them as we progress throughout our workout. So if that interests you, feel free to grab some of your own. If not, you can do all the exercises without weights as well. All right. Moving into some crunches. So walk your feet forward a bit. Decide how big your base is. Hands on your shoulders. Take an inhale to prep. Exhale, up. Inhale, down. Big exhale. Nice. Chin stays tucked to your chest. If you want this to be more challenging, then you're going to move back just a bit. And the reason for that is then notice how I don't have as much support. So my back is not touching the ball quite as much as it was before. And now I really have to use my abdominal muscles to make this work. Inhale, big exhale. Now if you're still looking for a challenge, stack your hands behind your head. Do what you can here for 3, 2, 1 more if possible, and then walk your feet out, bring your back to the ball, and get a nice stretch in here. Feels good, doesn't it? 1 more big breath. Now from this position, we're going to walk out to a reverse bridge. So you're going to walk, I better move back so I stay in the camera. You're going to walk your lower half of your body out and allow your shoulders to rest on the ball. And arms up to a T is going to make this easier. Arms up above your chest, harder. Now the more you walk out, so I apologize if I go off the camera here at all. I have a big range of motion apparently. The more you walk out, the more challenging this will become. So the least contact you have with the ball, the harder this one will be. The more contact, the easier it will be. You're lifting your hips up, knees right over your ankles. You're really feeling the engagement in your hamstrings, lower back, and glutes. That part of your body is really supporting you. And then make sure here that you're not letting the big toe sides of your feet pop up. You're pushing through the big toe sides of your feet, and that's going to help you ignite your inner thighs. Take 1 more breath if you can. Walk yourself back. Grab your weights if you have them. With or without your weights, bring your fists together right above your chest. We're going to move into some oblique crunches. So take an inhale to prep. Exhale up and twist. Inhale down. Exhale up and twist. So with these, as you come up, you want to think of your lower rib cage here pulling across towards your opposite hip. Use a strong dynamic exhale to get to the top. And be mindful of how far apart your feet are. Again, the bigger your base, the easier an exercise will be. The smaller your base, the harder an exercise will be. You're doing great. Hang on. 2 more on each side. Last set here. Awesome. Drop the weights. Give yourself a nice back bend. We've got 1 more set of the reverse bridge. If you want to incorporate the weights, grab them now. Walk yourself out. So my arms, my weights I should say, are right above my shoulders. Now your first option here, remember you're really lifting your hips, holding and squeezing. First option is to add some upper body work. So I have a slight bend in my elbows. I'm going to open and up. Pec fly. Inhale down, exhale up. Check in with your feet. Make sure you're not allowing the big toe sides of your feet to pop up from the floor. Instead, you're really supporting yourself, pushing through the big toe sides, and like I said before, igniting your inner thighs. All right, hold it up. If you want a big challenge, you're going to keep the weights together. Take an inhale to prep. Exhale, twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist the other way. Keep going. Now, if you'd prefer to stay and hold, feel free. If you like that upper body work, that's a great option as well. Otherwise, 1 more of these on each side. Big exhale. Awesome. Walk yourself back into a back bend. Great job. On your next inhale, roll up, starting the roll up with your chin coming to your chest, pushing back. And you're going to make your way to a kneeling position here. We're going to do roll outs. So Rollouts remind me of the ab slide. I think that was on a what are those called? Well, I don't know, infomercial, that's what it's called. One of those rolly things that helps you work your abdominal muscles. Well, we're going to do a similar thing here with the stability ball. That's the beauty of the stability ball, is it's really multifunctional. So you're on your knees, you're going to take an inhale to prep. Arms are just like this. On your exhale, roll out. The farther you roll out, the harder this will be. Inhale here. Exhale, come back. Keep moving with that. Exhale out. Inhale here. Exhale back. If your knees are sore, consider grabbing a blanket or a pillow or a towel to give yourself a little more cushioning there. So your goal with the rollout is to keep your body as close to being in one line as possible. So you keep going. Let me show you something real quick. What you're going to want to do is this. Push your hips back, because that feels a lot safer, and then bring them out. What I want you to try to do instead is lead with your hip bones here. Big exhale to go out. Stay. Exhale to pull back. On this last round, hold it out if you can. Shoulders to your hips. Belly button to your spine. If you want a big challenge, tuck your toes under and come up to a plank position for 5, 4, 3, 2, knees down, roll back, and find child's pose. Excellent. Bring your belly button to the ball. And bring your body weight forward. Once you've found this position, you're going to actually create a top-heavy position for yourself. So notice how I'm bending my elbows a bit. And bring your heels together. Take an inhale to prep. On your exhale, lift your legs straight up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, up. So we're trying to isolate our legs here. So in other words, we're trying to keep our upper body and the ball as still as possible as we move. And notice how my legs are coming up at a relatively smooth tempo. So in other words, we don't want to be throwing our legs up and then dropping them down. All that is doing is putting our back and other muscles in jeopardy. And it's really not effective. When our movement is smooth, we have to use muscle, and that's what we're going for here. Last 3, 2, 1 more. Good. Drop your feet down, and either staying on your feet like this or dropping to your knees like this. Grab your weights if you want them. And we're going to do some rowing. So hands, palms I should say, are facing back. Take an inhale to prep. On your exhale, pull your elbows up. Inhale down. Exhale, elbows up. So with rowing, we're isolating our upper back, the space between our shoulder blades. And if you've done my workouts before, you know that that's an awesome thing. We need to bring blood flow and strength there. And we're stabilizing the ball and everything except our arms. So remember here, once again, the bigger your base, the easier it will be to stabilize. Smaller your base, the harder it will be. Pick up the pace if you can. Hang on for 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, good. Drop your knees if they aren't already. Allow yourself to hang here just a bit. This is a position that allows your vertebrae to separate slightly, so it can take some pressure off your back. We'll give our arms a little break and go back to our legs. This time, you're still in a top-heavy position. Instead of bringing just your heels together, try bringing all 4 corners of your feet together so they're touching. If that doesn't work for you, stick with the heels. Take an inhale to prep. Exhale up. So this is a full out frog leg lift. As you focus on lifting your knees straight up, also think about pushing your feet together. It's an intense one. Strong belly. Relax your neck and your jaw. And really use your breath. Inhale down, exhale up. Hang on if you can for 4 more. 3, 2, hold it up if possible. Knees lift, feet squeeze together. 3, lift, 2, lift again higher, and let it go. Awesome. Grab your weights. Knees down again, or you're up on your toes. This time we're going to do a different version of rowing. You're going to take an inhale to prep, and on your exhale, elbows come up and scrape your rib cage. Inhale down, exhale, pull up. Awesome. Pretend like you're zipping up your tight pair of jeans. So although we're focusing on our arms, we're not neglecting the rest of our body. Using a stability ball actually forces us to get our entire body involved. Because, for example, with this one, if we didn't get other muscles involved, we'd fall off the ball. Which has definitely happened to me. It can be very humbling. Now, if you want a bigger challenge with this one, hold your elbows up, tricep extension. So your upper arms are staying still, and you're isolating your triceps. At the same time, make it your goal to lift your elbows enough so that your upper back is still engaged. Last 4, 3, 2, hang on. Awesome. Drop your weights. Knees to the floor. Child's pose. Roll up. And make your way to a kneeling position. Again, if you need a little extra padding for your knees, I'd really encourage that if you're feeling any discomfort there. We're going to do the kneeling side leg series. I love this one. Well, what I should really say is I hate it. It's intense. Do the best you can. So you're going to bring the ball about 6 inches away from your hip, stabilize it here, and then muster up a little courage, lean into it. If you'd feel more comfortable having the ball next to a wall, great, feel free to do that. Bring your other leg out, turn your kneecap forward, and on your next inhale, lift this leg as high as you can. So maybe today it's just a few inches off the floor, perfect. If you can lift it higher, great. Check in with your upper body, nice, open chest, this shoulder's away from your ear. Now keeping your leg lifted, we're going to try front back kicks. So you're going to inhale, pulse twice to the front, exhale, pull once to the back. Inhale, inhale, big exhale. So the bigger your movement is forward and backward, the harder this will be. And also the more you lift your leg. So you can adjust those 2 things as you need to with each of these exercises in the series. Last 3. Your goal is to keep your upper body and the ball as still as possible as your leg moves. Awesome. Come back to center. Stay here. If you're looking for a big challenge, if you need a break, drop your foot. Next, we're going to move into bicycles. So again, kneecap is forward. You're going to lift your leg as high as possible. Flex forward, bend, push back. Inhale. Big exhale. Awesome. Aren't these great? One more this way. Hold it back. Now bend and bring your knee forward. Extend. Inhale, flex back. Bend, extend. One more good one. And then come back to your starting position. Feel free to stay, otherwise take a breather. If you need to make any adjustments here with your position, do that now. We've got two more. Small circles are next. Kneecap forward, leg lifts. When you're ready, start to circle. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 10. One more set this way. 5. Reverse. So with small circles, it's a very crisp, clean movement, and you're trying to minimize the movement in the rest of your body. We're over halfway there. 15, 20, and take a break if you need it. Awesome. So you'll notice this series really targets the hips. You're also getting the glutes, your hamstrings. On top of that, a lot of great oblique work. And then to top it all off, this really promotes flexibility in your hip socket. So you're killing a lot of birds with one stone in this series. Final exercise, with this last one, you're going to turn your kneecap up or down depending on what you want to get worked. So whatever is facing the ceiling is going to get worked. Once you've decided that, these are called pulse-ups. Take an inhale to prep. Exhale, slowly go up as high as you can. Inhale, slowly come down. So at this point, you're working on control and smooth movement like I mentioned before. So it'd be really easy to pop it up like this and let it drop. That's using momentum. In order to make it smooth and controlled, your muscles have to get involved, and then it's much safer and much more effective. On this last one, hold it up if you can. And now we're going to pulse. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 10. One more set. And done. Awesome. Get a little stretch in here, a little lengthening. And before we switch to the other side, we're going to do a few side crunches. So on your next inhale, bring this top arm up. Shoulder pulls towards your hip. Good. I think I gave you the wrong breathing there. Let me try this again. Inhale to prep. Exhale up, shoulder to your hip. That feels better. Inhale down. Big exhale. Now, if you'd like it to be even more dynamic, bring your hands so they're clasped above your head. Pulse twice and pop up. Inhale, inhale, exhale, pop. Shoulder to your hip. Belly button to your spine. Last two. One more good one. Stretch it out once again. Whew. Awesome. Roll to your stomach. Plant all, let's say all four corners. How about this? Both your feet and your hands on the floor. And then on your next inhale, reach your right arm, left leg up. Hold. So we're going to bring some blood flow and strength to our lower back. Keep lifting and lengthening. You can decide here if you want to point your toe or flex it. Regardless, you just want to be lengthening. So if you're flexing your toe, lengthen through your heel. If you're pointing your toe, lengthen through your toe. 3 more seconds. And drop. Other side, left arm, right leg. Lift and lengthen. Belly button to your spine. Both shoulders pulling away from your ears. Nice fluid breath. Hang on for 5, lift, 4, 3, 2, and drop down. Lovely. Roll up. Other side. So once again, you're going to bring your hip about 6 inches away from the ball. Lean into it. And then bring this top leg out. When you're ready to begin, kneecap is forward. Start by lifting. See what your range of motion is on this side. It may or may not be the same as the other side. So instead of assuming, take a little time to experiment. It's kind of a good life lesson, huh? When you're ready for the front back kicks, inhale twice, pulse, exhale once, reach. Inhale, inhale, big exhale. Upper body stays as still as possible. So does the ball. We're lifting and lengthening here with this exercise as well. Last 2. 1 more. Come back to center. Feel free to stay. Otherwise, take a breather. I've got to readjust here just for a second. Let's see what's next. Bicycles. So kneecap is forward. Lift your leg if it isn't already. Lifted, flex forward, bend, push back. Inhale. Big exhale. Keep going. One more this way. Hold it back. Bend and come forward. Inhale, flex back. Bend, exhale, extend forward. You got 1 more of these. Bring yourself back to center. Stay or take a little breather. Whew. I hate to tell this to you, but if you're noticing that this side is a little more difficult, you're not alone. And the reason for that is because you'll notice that this hip is actually, the hip that's on the ball, it's actually working on stabilizing as you're moving. So this leg was already working on the other side. You may not have noticed it because the other side was probably a little bit more vocal about what was happening. But now it's a bit fatigued. So what I'm trying to say is if you're feeling that, you're not alone. We've got 2 more exercises though. You got to even this out. Small circles are next. So kneecap is forward. Strong upper body, shoulders down. Lift your leg up. Bring it forward and circle. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 10. Keep going. 15. 20 in reverse. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 10. One more set. You got it. 15. Awesome. Last exercise. Hang in there. Pulse ups. So remember, whatever's facing the ceiling is going to get work, so adjust your leg position as you need to. When you're ready for these, take an inhale to prep. Exhale, slowly and smoothly lift. Inhale, lower. Lightly tap your toe. Exhale up. Slow and smooth. So fight that urge to throw your leg up there. I assure you, your range of motion would be quite a bit bigger if you did throw your leg up here, but that's not our priority. Our number 1 priority is control. Second priority is maximizing our range of motion. Hold it up and pulse. So it happens quite frequently that people get those priorities goofed up, and that's when injuries occur And that's when workouts just simply aren't effective. So it's important to keep those priorities straight. And done. Whew, if you could see me up close, you know that my leg was shaking there, which is a good thing. Something's waking up. Get your stretch in. And then just like we did on the other side, we're going to move to some oblique work with some side crunches. So when you're ready for that, take an inhale to prep. Exhale, shoulder to your hip. Inhale. Big exhale. Now with these, regardless of your arm position, your top hip would love to roll forward or backward. See if instead you can keep it stable right on top of the other. Now, if you'd like that bigger challenge, clasp your hands, pulse twice, and up. Inhale, inhale, exhale up. Awesome. One more time. And get your stretch in. Lovely. Roll to your stomach. Plant your hands, plant your feet. On your next inhale, lift your right arm, left leg, hold, lift and lengthen. Gonna let you in on a secret here. This is our last exercise of the day, so do what you can. Lift and lengthen. Belly button to your spine. 3, 2, and release. Awesome. Other side, left arm, right leg. Lift. Check in with your shoulders. Are they away from your ears? Check in with your gaze. Make sure it's at the floor, not straight ahead so the back of your neck stays long. 3, 2, and release down. That was awesome. Bring your knees to the floor. And we'll finish up in child's pose. So big toes are together. Bring your knees about mat width apart. Roll the ball out. Hips sink back towards your heels. And let your neck relax, your jaw relax. If it feels good, you can pull your chest towards the mat to target your upper back a bit here. You may even want to nod your head yes a couple times, shake it no, to loosen up that area. Then, on your next inhale, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Excellent job today. Thank you so much for joining me. Can't wait to see you back here again very soon.